We have an absolutely beautiful knife here sent in by a client today. We're going to be doing a full restoration. You're not going to want to miss that. But first, I have in my hand here a knife that you haven't seen before. We're going to unbox it and check it out right now. Really cool. We'll come back at the end. Now we have something brand new from the company that we've previously dealt with plenty, and that's Olight, our favorite EDC light company. Well, they have recently founded O-Knife, which is still under the Olight umbrella. Beautiful day here today, although a little bit chilly. You'll have to pardon the gaps in this video because we're cooking. Okay, we're going to check this out together because as you can see, I have not opened it yet. And they sent me like an information, where did I cut that to? Nowhere, I guess. They sent me an information packet with all the details, and I didn't really look through it much. I like to experience it kind of surprise, so we're going to check it out. Always nice packaging from Olight. They always put a lot into it. I like that. Look at that velvety texture here. Oh, and we're into its own sleeve here as well. Okay, let's check it out. And then we're inside yet another package. We have some extra stuff in there too. Don't know what that's all about. But let's check out a knife, the very first knife from this company. Let's see what we have here. Oh, first impressions are good. You got that Olight blue right there on the clip. Deep carry clip. Standard torque, so right in the knife community here. Looks like a micarta, or probably a G10 actually. Black standoffs. Looks like this is a flipper design. That was the first flip. Fast operating. Blade centering. If you care about that junk, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ooh, we can't burn. I'm responsible. Father-in-law's in town. Can't serve a poor supper. Nice, nice, nice. Let's continue here. N690 steel. Lots of jimping on the back there, although they cut it off a little bit too early. I don't have big hands, but my hand wants to ride up here. You can see the jimping stops back there, so we're still getting on it. Oh, now we're getting some heat here. Looks like they did like a black coated finish and then did like a stone bath, a stone wash, which rounds off all those edges. And just a beautiful finish, isn't it? N690 steel, which I know almost nothing about. Look at this, look at this. You're looking for the best way to have corn on the cob in the summer. Grill it, melt down a little bit of butter, baste it on like you would barbecue sauce with your meats. Add a little salt and pepper to it while it's on the grill. Let it stick into that butter. Oh, it is the best. It's the sweetest way you'll get your corn. You want a little bit of charring on it, little bit of flavor. Oh, yeah. It's been a while since I've carried a flipper, and a liner lock at that. This, for a long time, was my very favorite combination. The liner lock is still my favorite. I like it better than the axis lock, even though I love the stoutness of this knife. The axis lock is just fine, but I prefer the liner lock. And a flipper, you can't argue about speed of opening, but let's check edge. Feels crisp out of box. It's actually finer than what Benchmade sends. Oh yeah. That is nice. Looks like they also sent, feels like one of their medallions that they often send with their flashlights. Oh yeah. That is sweet. Copper finish. This is heavy. This one, usually the other ones have 3M sticking and it's for your flashlights. This one has nothing on it, it's just a solid brick. Beautiful Fidget coin. I'll tell you one thing I don't like right out of the gate, and I'm extremely impressed by this knife overall, but a little bit too much going on, too much clip point here, a little bit too long. That's just an aesthetics thing. Beautiful blade profile here on the front. I don't like a lot of this. What are you looking for? Yeah, this is for testing purposes. Gotta test the knife, does a real good job cutting up those sausages. Really pleased. Now back to this beauty. This is an RH Ruana from made in Bonner, Montana. Very long-standing, reputable knife company. Puts out some beautiful work down in Montana. And I can't find this piece on their site, but I believe it was a production model at some point, probably discontinued. So this knife's probably pretty old, probably worth a bit of money, and we're going to do a restoration, and then the client is sending it back to Rwanda, I believe, to have the proper sheath built for it, to get the exact sheath that it would have been sent with at that time, because he doesn't have it. See a pretty elaborate handle design here with that one-piece block aluminum. That is a serious chunk of aluminum, dovetail milled here. So we're going to refinish that aluminum, maybe just a buffing to polish it, because they ship their knives, they use this exact design now with the scales dovetailed in, the full block aluminum, but they ship them fully polished, gleaming. So we're going to take care of that, of course. And then this blade is a little rough, and the client wants it mirror polish. This is a big blade, it's going to be a lot of work. There are some nasty scratches in there, probably from factory grind, I believe. Looking at their pictures on the site, they don't have an absolutely flawless blade when they come from the factory, from the shop. So to get there, it's going to be a lot of work. Now, aluminum is soft and easy to damage, and we're going to be spending a lot of time working on the blade. So if we refinish that aluminum now, polish it up, get it looking perfect, spend the time there, by the time we spend a couple hours on that blade, working it and clamping the handle and the vise, that aluminum is going to need to be reworked again. So I'm going to do the aluminum last, the handle last, tape it up to protect it here. Now we're going to head to the belt grinder, start cleaning this up, see what we have here. Now we're going to start here on the 2x72 with what's called a surface conditioning belt. That's what the kids are calling it these days, but it's Scotch-Brite. You know, those scouring pads? Basically the same thing. So I've got a coarser one here. We're going to be roughing it down, seeing exactly what kind of texture we can get on that finish. This is mild. On a good hardened steel, this is mild. It will put a light hash mark in the steel. That's fairly easily removed with hand sanding. Let's see if we can take out some of those deep scratches. And right there, I'll show you, those are the deep scratches. And you can see those are off and on all throughout the blade. This is pretty common, but to hand sand this out would be a lot of work. So you can see that cleans it up and puts a nice texture on the blade so we can see. Look at all these little facets in here. I don't know if that was factory now, I'm not sure. Look at that, some bad grinding marks. This was a slight hollow ground blade, and look at those deep scratch marks. Not a fun refinishing there. So now I have all the deepest of scratches removed and a pretty even finish with that Scotch-Brite. So I'm going to start working it by hand. We'll see how it's looking. If we start working it by hand and we have trouble, some real deep scratches we're not seeing, I'll have to go back to machines, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. A new day now. I had to drop that project the other day because we went filling up our potato boxes. We're getting ready to plant some potatoes here now.
Any more jobs?
But picking this up this morning, just finishing this side with 2000 grit here now. This is the highest that I'll sand. We're about to take a look. Then of course we'll buff it. And that really puts the final finish on it. But this steel is really doing a good job. But boy, did I have to work hard to get rid of those initial scratches. Not too bad, but I put in a lot of time on the belt sander. It was just really, really difficult. There were a lot of severe, deep scratches in this knife. I don't know if it was from the owner who sent it to me or if there was an owner before him or what, but they were very deep. So here's our finish right now before buffing. This is 2000 grit. Might be a few minor scratches in there. We'll see. I actually got to 2000 grit on the final side. Realized there were a couple scratches, so I had to go back down to 1000. Work those out. Smudgy now. It's covered with oil and all kinds of stuff from the sharpening process. But now we're going to go to buffing, which is when we'll see this come to life. I'm going to start over here. This is what's called a sizzle wheel. It's a spiral sewn wheel, but it's a coarse fabric, almost like a burlap. If you turn this on and run your skin into it, it's scratchy. It won't chew at your skin, but it is a little more aggressive of a cutter. We'll load that up with a black compound, a nice coarse compound, work this blade pretty good. That'll take out a lot of the minor scratches that we don't want there. Then we'll go over here to a spiral sewn cotton or maybe a flannel wheel. I don't quite remember, but we'll use a rouge, a red compound there. And this should leave us with a beautiful final finish. Nice hard wheel still, opened up a little bit, but still nice and firm. Should leave us with a beautiful finish. Just a reminder to watch temperature with these. Even though it seems like a nice soft wheel, they generate a lot of heat. Now that the blade is done, we'll attempt to polish that aluminum there, which is not too bad a shape. We definitely want to preserve this stamping here. And there it is. The finished product. Restoration for a client. Look at those DeWalt's on the wall there. I'm sure he'll be very pleased to have this piece in the condition he was hoping for, which is in better condition than it's ever been, as they don't ship knives from their shop in Bonner, Montana in this condition. Their handles are polished like that, but not their blades. That sure is pretty, and a lot of work. A lot of work, but man, is that dazzling to the eyes. Pull that out around a campfire and some nice leather. The sun's going down here, guys. Just finishing up a long day in the shop here. I wanted to end the video out by talking about this O-Knife splint. I've been carrying it daily for about a week now, and I just really like it. The materials are great, the look is great, the feel. I love the liner lock flipper design. It's really good looking knife. Like I said, I'm still not 100% sold on the blade shape. Sometimes it grows on you, but it hasn't really. I love the shape of this curvature here, but just not gone on the long clip point, I think, is what gets me. The super long clip point. Not a huge fan of clip points anyways, but this long concave clip point, a little bit too much for me. But the knife itself, absolutely loving it. I just had a look on the site at the price point. Just an excellent price point on this knife. I'll throw a link down below. I do get, I believe you guys might get some kind of discount, and I get some type of small percentage commission. It's not really anything worth talking about, but it does help me get these products back in front of you and show you guys what's cool. If you're interested, go over, check it out. I think they have a sale on right now on this release of the O-Knife, and I think they're selling pretty well, and I love it. I really do like this knife. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here, leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.